All right, so I'm Katie Gibbs. I'm the Director of Operations and Membership. Thank you for being here for our fall 2024 planning session for our law school chapters. My goal today is to make sure that you all have the resources that you need to have a successful fall semester. So I'm here to let you know how the executive office can help. We're going to go over some quick operations reviews. We're going to talk about recruitment, member benefits, chapter programming, PADET events, and then you guys should be able to use the Q&A feature here. So we chose these topics because we have found here at the executive office that these are the subjects that we get the most questions about. So first thing, if you're an officer, here is some major dates and deadlines. I would definitely take note of these. We'll always send you an email reminder about anything that is due to the executive office, but if you have these dates now, it's going to be easier for you to plan ahead. These dates are also all posted on pad.org. Pad.org is a great resource for you there. One of the things that we have there is our national calendar, which features all of our major events as well as these deadlines. We can be flexible with deadlines as long as you all communicate with us. So first deadline coming up, September 11th, that is our deadline to apply for a mock trial grant. So if your law school chapter is planning to send a team to compete in Phi Alpha Delta's national mock trial competition, there are grants available. And to get the grant, you have to make sure that you meet the deadline, which is September 11th. After that, we're going to open up registration for mock trial for our law school chapters on October 21st. And then one of my favorite weeks of the year, we are going to do a week-long celebration for our Founders Day. As part of that, on November 6th, we're going to have our fraternity-wide virtual initiation ceremony. This is for anyone who would like to attend. You can recommit if you're already a member. Those who may have missed their chapter's initiation ceremony, maybe your chapter was unable to put on an initiation ceremony this fall, everyone is welcome to our fraternity-wide virtual initiation ceremony on November 6th. November 8th, that is our Founders Day. Phi Alpha Delta was founded November 8th, 1902. So we always celebrate Founders Day on November 8th. That is also our day of giving. That is when we collect a lot of our donations for the foundation, which is the charitable entity of Phi Alpha Delta. Since November 8th is such an important day, that's also the deadline for the chapter to submit your spring calendar to the executive office. So really, at that point, we just need a rough draft. We want you all to start thinking about what you are going to be offering to your students in the spring to make sure that you're on the right track and that you have already begun planning for the spring. So for spring semester, February 15th, that is the deadline to hold chapter elections. I know a lot of you were probably recently elected as officers, but it is never too early to start thinking who is going to be taking your place. Who are the other students on your campus who are willing to take on a leadership position, and who's going to be able to carry on the chapter after you've graduated and moved on. So February 15th is the deadline to hold your chapter elections. We have that deadline so early in the semester so that the new officers have time to shadow the previous officers, and also so you have enough time to transition. So February 15th is the deadline to hold chapter elections. After that is going to be our law school mock trial competition. It is in Arlington, Virginia, which is right outside of Washington, D.C. That's going to be taking place February 27th to March 1st. So we hope to see a lot of our law chapters represented there as competitors at the law school mock trial. And there's also going to be a lot of alumni members serving as the mock trial judges. So not only is that an opportunity for you all to show off your skills, but it's also a networking opportunity within Phi Alpha Delta. April 15th, 2025, that is your deadline to complete your officer transition. You see, from February 15th to April 15th, you have a lot of time to make sure that you get that checklist done. And that's also going to be your deadline to get the fall calendars to the executive office. We are in fall semester now. If your chapter has not submitted your calendar to the executive office, please send it over to us. That is going to give us an opportunity to give you feedback and also give you some connections if we see an opportunity. June 2nd, 2025, that is when award applications are due. We accept awards applications at any time. One of my pro tips is that you asked one of your members to serve as the awards chair to complete an awards application after each one of your events. We know that our Phi Alpha Delta chapters are holding amazing events, and we really want to make sure that you guys get acknowledged for your efforts. So when you hold a good event, let's fill out one of those awards applications. Also very important is our fee structure. So if you join Phi Alpha Delta as a law student member, it's $100. This is a one-time fee. It makes you a member for life. If you are a law student who was a member of Phi Alpha Delta at the pre-law level, there is a transfer fee. We call it our senior transition fee of $80. That is to move your membership from pre-law student membership to law student membership. That is the last fee that you have to pay to become a member for life. We hear from members a lot of times when they're recruiting that it might be hard to get people to pay that $100 fee, that $80 transfer fee. And we just remind them this is for a lifetime of membership. But we are able to break that into a monthly payment plan. If someone cannot afford $100 all at once, we can break it into either a 2, 3, or 4-month payment plan. A lot of times that's going to be easier for you guys to digest with your budget. As an officer, as any student that's recruiting, you want to be feeling very comfortable in being able to communicate the value of that membership. We're going to talk about it a little bit more, but these member benefits, I think if you use the Kaplan one, you're going to save $500 off a bar prep course. So yes, you may pay $100 to join, but you're going to get so much in benefits, not just with our partners. So my goal today is to make sure you guys have what you need to run your chapter this fall semester. So next we're going to talk about materials and how to get them. So chapter rosters, you can request them from us at this website right here, pad.org/law roster. We are going to send you a roster of everyone that has submitted a membership application. So this is going to include those who have paid their membership application, people who filled out an application but never paid their initiation fee. We'll be able to tell you if they're a senior transition member, if they weren't a part of a pre-law chapter. So anytime you need a roster, reach out to us and we will get that back to you, usually within 1 or 2 business days. If there's anything that you need immediately, please give us a call. We are open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 Eastern. The other thing the executive office can help you with is recruitment materials. So you guys can all request a recruitment box at any time. A recruitment box is going to come with everything that you need to table for your chapter. So it's going to have brochures and business cards and fun stickers. Anything that you need when you are trying to recruit new members, we have those materials available for you. You don't need to be printing things out. This is one of the benefits of your Phi Alpha Delta membership in that your chapter gets these materials for free. You just have to request them from us. We need to know what mailing address you need and if you need the materials in time for an event. Is your school hosting an orientation fair? Do they have a orientation for new students? We want to make sure that Phi Alpha Delta is represented at those events. New member initiation materials. This is the certificates and pins. Another thing included in your membership. This is not another cost. We will send certificates and pins to your chapter officers for any new members that have joined since the last time that we sent out materials. You need to complete this form. I will say, as soon as you have your initiation ceremony scheduled for the semester, I suggest that you fill out this form for your materials so that we can send out those certificates and pins in time for the ceremony. If your certificates and pins do not make it to you in time for the ceremony, we suggest that you hand out a red carnation, which is Phi Alpha Delta's official flower, in lieu of the certificates and pins. Your chapter should never make their own certificates because that is really confusing to members about whether that is an official certificate or not. And if you're creating your own certificates, we have no way to know who has received their materials or not. So you can get your certificates and pins from us, fill out this form as soon as your initiation ceremony is scheduled, and we will get those out to you. If not, you are welcome to use a red carnation in their place. We talked about the initiation fee. It is $100 for our law student members, but we can break it into a payment plan. So when you request that chapter roster, you're going to see people listed as PP. That is pending payment. That means that they have filled out their membership application, but have not paid their initiation fee. I suggest that you reach out to all of them, let them know that this payment plan is available. And really, it's just about starting that conversation with them to see what's holding them back from membership. Is there any hesitation that they have? Anything that you can address? It's a really good opportunity to let them know of their options. Chapter bylaws. They are already written for you. We have a model bylaws document on our resources and policies page. If your chapter does not have bylaws on file with us here at the executive office, we expect that you are following those model bylaws. Any amendments to the bylaws have to go through the process, which is written in the bylaws. Long story short, it's holding a vote if you want to change anything in your bylaws. We suggest that you send us any amendments before you present them to the chapter to make sure that they are in line with Phi Alpha Delta's policies and procedures. So we have a lot of materials available for you, and we are happy to get you connected with them. So I know what everyone is most excited about for fall is recruitment, is welcoming all of our new members. You're really going to want to be comfortable, like I said, talking about Phi Alpha Delta. I want you guys to answer your own questions. Think about, why did you originally join Phi Alpha Delta? What were the things that you were hoping to get out of Phi Alpha Delta? And speak about those and how Phi Alpha Delta was able to help you with your legal education and career. We want you to recruit key players. So think about who's serving on your SBA or your SGA. Can we get one of them to be a Phi Alpha Delta member so we can have another advocate on your campus? Utilize your university's resources. If you do not have a faculty advisor, I very much encourage you to recruit a faculty member to serve as your advisor. Not only can they work as an advocate for Phi Alpha Delta, but that's relationship building. We want Phi Alpha Delta and your school to work together. Co-sponsoring events. So Phi Alpha Delta, you are welcome to co-sponsor events with other organizations on your campus. If there's other organizations that have a ton of members, let's use them to get the Phi Alpha Delta name out. Use the number one rule. That means asking people. The number one reason people join is because somebody asked them to. So what are the benefits of membership? Number one is our network. We are the largest legal organization behind the American Bar Association. If there is someone that you are looking to connect with, Phi Alpha Delta can be a part of that handshake introduction. So we can talk about recruitment forever and ever. And we are going to be having a leadership series later about recruitment. So these are the basics. Think about why you joined Phi Alpha Delta, talk about Phi Alpha Delta, think about how you find out about things at your school, and make sure that you are using those avenues. Some schools have a newspaper that everybody reads, or is there a radio station? Are you guys into sidewalk chalk? However people find out about events at your school, make sure that Phi Alpha Delta is represented there. So when you're recruiting, people are going to ask, why should I pay $100 to join Phi Alpha Delta? Where does that money go? And, you know, it goes a lot of different places. Phi Alpha Delta, like I mentioned earlier, the initiation fee includes your certificate and PIN. If you see some other fraternities, you will see that you have to pay a separate fee for that. In Phi Alpha Delta, you do not. Another thing that should be really important to you as someone who is a chapter officer or serving as a chapter officer, in that Phi Alpha Delta chapters and their officers are covered by our insurance. Phi Alpha Delta initiation fees goes towards your recruitment materials, those recruitment boxes that we talked about, all the brochures and materials that are in there. Your district's budget, which supports the district leadership transition conferences. Each initiation fee also includes a donation to our foundation, which is our charitable entity that covers things like our grants for convention, for our law mock trial. There's grants for other things as well. The initiation fee also goes towards supporting our membership benefits and discounts. Phi Alpha Delta is different in that we have these national partnerships with businesses like Kaplan, Themis Bar Review. We have already worked with them to negotiate these discounts for you. And of course, another benefit of Phi Alpha Delta membership is you have all of us here at the executive office. We have a staff, and our full-time job is making sure that our chapters are successful and that our members are having a valuable experience. So let's talk about the cost benefits. Phi Alpha Delta to join at the law school level, $100 for a lifetime of membership. One of those benefits that you get is 25% off a Kaplan bar course. That's can be up to a $500 value depending on what course you choose. You get a free year of CLE courses, which is a $200 value, $100 off the Themis Bar Review. Another resource that you have here is the PAD Career Center. So if you go to careers.pad.org, it's going to look like a job board. But not only is that resource a job board, there are a ton of other resources there, including a free resume review. So every Phi Alpha Delta member gets to have their resume reviewed for free. We also have discounts with online therapy with BetterHelp. We have professional attire partnerships that we have, travel discounts with hotels, amusement parks. Phi Alpha Delta, you're going to get way more than $100 worth throughout your journey. Another benefit that you have is free financial counseling from an accredited financial counselor. So you're going to get 30 minutes of free financial coaching. We want you to make an informed decision about your legal education and also financing that legal education. I really suggest that you guys check out our membership benefits page, and all of the companies listed there, not only are they offering these discounts to our Phi Alpha Delta members, but they will also come and speak to your chapter about a personal statement about financing your legal education. So let's talk a little bit more about Phi Alpha Delta and our programs. Phi Alpha Delta has an open membership policy. So anyone who is in good standing at your school, however your school defines good standing, is welcome to join Phi Alpha Delta. To join Phi Alpha Delta, they need to submit a membership application, their fees, and attend an initiation ceremony. There cannot be any other requirements for membership. We do not have a GPA requirement. We do not have an attendance requirement. There is no interview process to go through. Anybody who is looking, who has an interest in the law, is enrolled at your school and not a member of another law fraternity is welcome to join. So one of our programs that we created is the Society of Scholars. That is our way to acknowledge our members who do have a high academic achievement. So if you are ranked in the top third of your class, you are welcome to join our Society of Scholars. Society of Scholars opens you up to a scholarship that is only available to Scholars members to help you with your education cost. And right now we're also including a bar prep course for one of our Society of Scholars winners. So Phi Alpha Delta welcomes everyone, but we do acknowledge our students that do have high academic achievement. Another program that we have is our senior transition program. So that is for our members that were a member at their undergraduate institution, or maybe our auxiliary members. Once you transfer into law school, you do not have to pay that complete initiation fee. You don't have to complete another membership application. We will transfer your membership with you. No matter where you are in your legal education career, Phi Alpha Delta has a place for you. So we talked about a lot of times the senior transition program is for our pre-law undergraduate students who move on to law school. So again, they don't need to fill out another membership application. They don't have to fill out another initiation fee. They fill out a senior transition form and a senior transition fee of $80. One of our newest programs that we are very proud of is our GOLD program. GOLD stands for Growing Our Leadership Diversity. And this is how, this is a leadership development mixed with mentorship program. So we are looking to create future leaders. And this is one of the programs where you can brush up on your leadership skills. We have speaker series. So if your chapter is not sure where to start with your programming calendar, you can start with our speaker series. You can check out our national calendar online, and we are going to have speakers available. We're going to have leadership series on there. So if you're not sure where to start, you can add our national events onto your chapter calendar so that your members and your students can get a better idea of what Phi Alpha Delta is and what kind of programming we have to offer. Our grants and scholarships. So Phi Alpha Delta also has our charitable entity, the foundation. The foundation really helps support a lot of these funds. We have the NICLE Competitions Fund that is going to help with your fundraising for coming to mock trial. We have the My T Sparrow Fund, we have convention grants, we have our Society of Scholars scholarships, and then we also have opportunities with our partners. Sometimes they will offer us giveaways and we will pass that on to our members. So programming, this is talking about your calendar. Your calendar is going to let students at your school know when they join Phi Alpha Delta, what are they going to get out of it. If you don't have your calendar finalized for the fall, now is the time to do it. Before you know it, it's going to be midterms, it's going to be Thanksgiving break, winter break, and the semester is going to be over. So really, let's start mapping out your calendar now if you have not already. I suggest that every meeting that you hold, that you have an event as well. Nobody wants to show up to a classroom and just hear about chapter business. If you want people to attend your events, you want to make sure that they're getting something out of it. So have a professor come and speak, do a bar prep course, have some alumni members or attorneys come and talk about their experience. Do headshots. That's always a really popular one for our students. So when you're thinking about your calendar, think about the things that you wanted to get from Phi Alpha Delta and offer those to your members. Like I said, if you're having problems putting events on your calendar, you can use anything from our national calendar and also check out our YouTube channel. We have a lot of recordings there from previous presentations that are still very applicable to today. I would say the biggest thing about Phi Alpha Delta is our network. So make sure that you are checking in with your district justice, with your local alumni chapter or your local alumni members. If you need help getting in touch with them, we can definitely help you with that here at the executive office. On the side here, we have event categories and what we expect. 2 professional events, 2 academic events, 2 social events, 2 recruitment events, a community service event, a fundraising event, an alumni event, and an initiation ceremony. So that sounds like a lot, but you can have one event that fulfills multiple categories. For example, your initiation ceremony, invite your alumni, then you're also going to get that alumni networking opportunity. That can also count as a fundraising opportunity. Maybe after your initiation ceremony, you all go out to a restaurant that's going to offer you a percentage of the sales. So this looks like you have a lot of events that you need to hold, but just know that one event can fulfill multiple categories. And I mentioned this earlier, but check out our membership benefits page and connect with those partners. Let them know that you are an officer in Phi Alpha Delta, you want to learn more about XYZ, and they are going to be more than happy to come and speak to your chapter. So Phi Alpha Delta has a lot of national events. Coming up is our law school mock trial, which we've talked about. We have our pre-law conference, mock trial competition, and law school expo taking place October 30th to November 2nd. If anyone is in the Alexandria, Virginia, Washington, D.C. area, we are hoping to have an opportunity for our pre-law students to also network with our law students and alumni members. So if you are available within that time frame, we'd love to have you involved with our pre-law conference and their mock trial competition. One of my favorite events is Pad Day at the U.S. Supreme Court. That's going to be held June 5th, 2025 in Washington, D.C. That is where our practicing members can go into the United States Supreme Court and become, lost my train of thought. We also have our district leadership and transition conferences. That's where you're going to connect with your district leadership and learn more about Phi Alpha Delta. If you guys have not connected with your district justice or you do not know who your district justice is, let us know. Your district justice is a really good resource in your area. A lot of them were also Phi Alpha Delta members as law students, so they can really give you that member perspective. We talked about all the events that we have on the pad.org event calendar, our speaker series, our partner webinars, deadlines are all on there. And then we're going to have our 2026 Biennial Convention and Leadership Conference, and the dates and location for that will be announced as soon as we can. So convention just took place in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's where we do our elections for the upcoming biennium for the next International Executive Board. So our next International Executive Board and Tribunal were just elected. We also do our leadership development there. There's speakers, there are workshops, but I would say again, the number one thing at convention is networking. This is where you're going to learn more about Phi Alpha Delta, where you're going to make those connections, maybe find an internship or a job. People have found their partners, their spouses at convention. Convention is held every other year. And our expectation is that every law school chapter is represented by a delegate. And to help meet that expectation, we do have a lot of funding opportunities. So there's each chapter gets a stipend if you are an active chapter. There are tons of grants available for convention attendance, and we also have a fundraising guide available. So what your chapter should be doing now is fundraising for this. We understand that travel and lodging costs a lot. So we have many opportunities for that fundraising, but anything that you guys do in addition is going to be very helpful. So like I said, my goal with this presentation was to let you know the resources that the executive office has available and what are the things that we can help you with. We talked about earlier, it's never too early to start thinking about a succession plan for your chapter leadership, who's going to be able to keep the chapter going once you graduate. We can connect you with our membership benefits partners. If you see someone on the membership benefits page that you're interested in, but you're not sure how to connect with them, we can get you in touch with our contact. We can get you in touch with alumni. Whether your area has a local alumni chapter or not, I can guarantee you that there are Phi Alpha Delta alumni in your area. So we will help get you connected with them, get you a list. We can also help you with incidents or policy manuals. If there is a chapter member or a situation ever, please let us know immediately, and we will let you know what our process is for addressing incidents. We have an incident report form available online at any time. You can remain anonymous, but if you remain anonymous, there's no way for us to follow up. So I would say when you fill out the incident report, put in your contact information so that we can follow up with you, but we will keep it anonymous between us. If there's anything that your school needs, bylaws, a certificate of insurance, verification that you are in good standing with Phi Alpha Delta, if you need to open a bank account, we can help you with all of those things. And this presentation is just a very quick overview of the things that you need. If you guys want to dive into anything deeper, if your chapter is struggling with anything, we are available to do an individual chapter visit. I like to call it a virtual chapter visit, and you just need to fill out this form to let us know when you are available. Anyone who is at convention probably met one of our newest staff members, LaShate Grayson. She is in charge of our DEI efforts as well as leadership. We have a leadership series available for our officers or anyone interested in serving as a leader. So here's a QR code to RSVP. We have one coming up September 10th, very soon. Recruitment 101, mastering recruitment and tabling effective strategies for chapter growth. So we can dive into more recruitment stuff on September 10th. On October 15th, LaShate is going to talk about overcoming challenges and conflict and building a stronger chapter. What do you do when you have a chapter officer who's not putting in the work? How do you address it? Any issues that your chapter is having, I'm sure you're not the only chapter that's ever faced that issue, and we are happy to talk you through it. November 19th, we're going to talk about passing the message, ensuring consistency and success for your chapter transition. So like I said, I know a lot of you were just elected to be officers in the spring, but it's never too early to start thinking about what's next. So that was the big interview. That was the big discussion. I'm Katie Gibbs. I can be reached at any time, katie@pad.org. Very happy to help. I heard the Q&A may have been disabled. But if anybody needs anything, please reach out to me, katie@pad.org. Our phone number is there. I also have my cell phone number listed in my signature. If you're anybody who likes to text and you just have a quick question, I'm happy to text with you. Otherwise, you can shoot me an email or we can schedule a virtual chapter visit. Thank you all, and thank you all for the time that you put into Phi Alpha Delta. The hours and effort that our officers put in does not go unnoticed, and we very much appreciate you all. Thank you for your service.